So we have a fun one here. We've got a lot going on. We've got new stuff, we've got old stuff, we've got wallpaper removal, we've got paint that we need to go over. So we're gonna go check out the Home Depot store, get everything that we need to take care of this wallpaper room here. And we're also relying on the Home Depot for all of our products and materials on this job. It's just right down the road, super fast, and their pro rewards make it even better for all the materials that we're going to be needing on this job. So let's go down to the local Home Depot and get everything that we need. All right, so we are at my favorite place to get materials, especially as a pro, the Home Depot. So we're going to go visit the pro desk, we're going to tell them what we need, and you know what, we're going to get out of here super fast and get right back to work. So let's go. All right, so I got my bucket. Of course, it's essential. We need it for everything. But I'm going to go ahead and load up everything I need. I'm going to get a roller. I'm going to get a roller frame. I'm going to get a paintbrush. And then we're going to go over to the drywall aisle and get everything that we need there. But it's super awesome. Everything is available and easy to get. So let's go ahead and get our supplies. All right, I'm going to get my paint tray and liners. I've got my rollers and I have my roller handle. So now we're going to go get our drywall supplies over on the drywall site. Of course, we're going to stop by the paint aisle. Tons of primers, of paints available here. Super easy to get. You just go right to the paint counter. They have it tinted and ready to go for us super fast. Tons of great drywall primers available here and some special kills products that are only available at the Home Depot. So definitely check them out. Super fast service. I mean, I can just come in here, grab what I need, and get out. All right, we're at the drywall aisle, my favorite aisle. We're gonna go get loaded up with some of my favorite bulbs. We're gonna go through a lot of mud on this project, so it's nice to be able to come here and get what we need, load up my car, and get back to the job. All right, I'll load it up with my favorites. So we have our paint supplies, we've got our roller, our handle, our paint tray, our paintbrush, all the things that I need to get the paint on and get that wall starting to be sealed. I have my Home Depot bucket, of course, for mixing my compounds, and I have my compounds. So let's go ahead and go get checked out and get back to the job. So I'm here at my local pro desk, getting everything checked out. He's gonna get my account up, he's gonna go ahead and scan all my items, and then we're gonna hit the road. All right, so I'm all done. I have my receipts, I have my materials, I'm all checked out at the pro desk. Super simple and fast. They were awesome with helping me out get checked out. Home Depot bucket, and we are on our way back to work.
Thank you. So, just got the delivery from Home Depot. It's a little after 6 in the morning, so we can start right away. All right, just got back from the Home Depot. We have our bonding primer,
And I'm going to
we
jump
have
on
our
my stilts
walls
really
here,
quick. They
and they've
make
had
doing high
some
work very easy
wallpaper
for
and some
me
stuff on
personally
them. So I'm
because
going
I
to
am
start
so
off.
short.
I'm going to start high, work low, and then just start scraping off as much as I can of the glue and any residue that's left on these walls before we start skimming them out.
So I'm going section by section,
Okay,
just
we're
scraping
all
the
stilted
walls,
up.
trying
So
to get as much
I'm
glue
gonna start up at
removed
this
as
top corner
possible
here, and
and
then I'm
not
gonna
damage
work
the
my way
drywall
down
underneath.
the wall, trying to get everything off that I can before I put on my primer. I want to
And
get
I'm
rid
just
of
going
any
to
loose
complete the
product,
process on
anything
the
on the walls
entire
that's going to
wall,
cause
making
any
sure I'm
problems.
getting as much glue off the wall as possible.
And it's going to be messy. It's going to be very messy. Now that I've got the walls scraped down the most that I can, but there's also raw drywall board back there, and I don't want to go too far and
So
do
I'm
a
just
bunch
going
of
to go
damage to
through,
what's
roll
back there.
this
So
primer on.
I have
It's
my
very
Zinsser. I
thin,
got
so
this
it
at
doesn't
Home
take very
Depot
long
along
and
with
it
the
dries
paint
quickly.
tray, liner, all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get these on the wall, and don't forget to trust the Home Depot to find all of your specialty paint needs. All right, now that my bonder primer is all on, we're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna come through
patch the holes, and then start skimming out these walls.
This is a powder product that you add to water and then mix with your knife to whatever your consistency is.
All of my drywall supplies and my paint supplies. So I'm going to use this Easy Sand 45 to fill the holes, and then after it dries, we're going to go through and start skimming with all-purpose and +3. So most of my problem areas are right here where there was like a chair rail or something you installed, some kind of trim.
So I'm looking for a little
it's
thicker
going to go through,
consistency
knock
here
those
because we're
holes
going to
and
be
fill
filling
them
the
with
holes and
Easy
kind
Sand.
of trying to pack some of these areas. So this is what I'm looking at consistency wise. We're going to let this dry, and then we're going to get back on the wall and start covering all of this up with a coat of compound. Here's my consistency. I didn't add any water to this. This was super fluffy right out of the box. I'm gonna load pan up. And when I'm doing this, I'm just putting a layer of mud over the surface, and then I'm taking my knife and slowly
using a pretty large
pulling
knife
it down and
to skim these
across.
walls with,
All I'm trying to do is leave a thin layer
I'm
of
using
mud.
something big so that way I can cover more area faster.
And I'm just going to continue the process on the entire wall. Again, we're adding a thin layer. There are going to be some lines, but that's totally okay.
All right, top half is done, so I'm going to jump down and then get those lowers. All right, we got the first coat on the wall, went about as expected. It's gonna take another 2 to 3 coats, same process over and over again. And I will say I did go through an entire box of compound just on one wall, and that's where the Home Depot Pro Extra program really comes in handy. I can see my past purchases, I get discounts on bulk purchases, and on a job like this, we're probably gonna go through 40 to 50 boxes of compound. And when it comes to that, it adds up really fast. So I trust the Home Depot to take care of all the professional materials and things that I need, because I know I can get a discount. I know they'll keep track. I get rewards. I have the Pro Desk, everything that goes along with that. And then there's also a really great paint program too with their paint rewards. And we're gonna go through pretty much everything on this job, from drywall board, drywall compound, and paint. So the Home Depot is where I'm going to be trusting as a professional to get everything I need to get this job done right.